I'm just starting the recording now. Sorry, I didn't start it sooner, Taryn. The Tower is here. It's one of my favorite cards because even though it's like, crap, everything's gone to shit, there's liberation that comes from this. There is better and more beautiful blessings ahead. This is the catastrophe that happens. Everything that you built up gets torn down, blam, 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 and it feels like the end of the world. But it's time to kick the rubble out of the way. The Lovers, the old choice of the past, and the walking away card here in the future. I don't see a reconciliation, not between you two. What I see is a healing of your own heart, a healing of how you've been wounded and hurt going forward. Now let's see what else is coming up. We got the Four of Pentacles. You're holding on to something that you need to be letting go of. And this is holding on a little too tight to something from the past. Let's snoop on this one too. This is you in the now. Wishing that it could have been different is what I'm getting. And that so often happens in divorce. I mean, I have been through that. I know plenty of people that have been through it and wish it could be different. If only it could have been different. And sometimes it's a case of too little, too late. Yeah, you're evaluating. There has been some disappointments. You really invested a lot of time and a lot of energy to get some labor going on, to get something growing, but it just wasn't growing. It comes in as delayed or diminished, and this feels severely diminished. It feels like no matter what you would have done, your energy combined with this person's energy is not going to go. If you have gotten the divorce and that's already happened, allow yourself to grieve it, but then move forward. It doesn't mean that you will never love again. It doesn't mean that you have wasted time. But it means holding on to the past is going to be too much for you. We've got this environment of the burden right here. And this is in the energy around you. I'm going to flip this down so you can see. This is you right here with the investment that was like upside down, upside down. Then here, the burden, the burden, the burden. Now, I'll read the energy on the cards. If it feels upside down, I'll tell you it's upside down. Because I have so many damn decks, if it just comes up upside down, it doesn't feel upside down, I'm not going to read it that way. If it feels that way, I'm going to let you know. This feels like you've invested, and it's like you've been doing lot on the relationship, to no avail. The burden is here. You need to set it down. This energy of holding on to the past does not serve you. The hopes and fears, will there be something new? And then the outcome, the King of Cups. This is keeping calm, moving on. This is understanding the emotional turbulence and being able to deal with it in a compassionate way anyway. What else we got going on, going forward? This doesn't feel like Robert. This feels like somebody else's energy coming in. What's going on with that? Don't get yourself in any kind of rush. I'm getting, you can't hurry love, you can't hurry love. I don't think you're going to get any kind of reconciliation that makes a lot of sense to you. I think let the divorce chips fall where they do and let yourself move forward. It feels like the energy and the not enoughness is leftover wounding from Robert and some of his own wounding from childhood that's really heavy on your heart right now. This is asking you to move forward, move on, move forward, move on. This feels like 6 months down the track. What else we got? Wow, look at you. 6 months down the track. This is the Queen of Wands and the King of Cups. This is where the energy is right. This is where it really is balanced. This is fire and water. This is the one that is really, really confident. Gets her confidence, gets her sense of sensuality or sense of self back again. And then this is the one that is compassionate and calm and cool-headed and collected. This feels like this is where you're going. Is there anything else she needs to know going forward? I know this is more than a mini, but I just want to see what's going on. I want 3 cards going forward for you. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. What I'm getting is the Knight of Cups. You are learning how to quest for the Grail for yourself and not be fooled by the false knight. When somebody does promises, they don't deliver very well. You don't take this guy into battle. He's the one that writes poems about the battle. But you take him into battle and you're screwed. He doesn't have any kind of weapon, any kind of sword, nothing. So this one, if you're going to go on the quest and you're going to quest for the Grail and quest for emotional satisfaction, it's got to be yourself doing the questing. Don't put it in someone else's hands to bring all of that for you, okay? Then we have the Page of Pentacles coming up. Now, if you haven't seen this before, if you have, okay, this is the one I call the Batman card. It's where this person thinks they've been Robin all along. They're the student. They study. They've got the great gift right there in their hand. And they don't realize that they're the damn Batman. They need to go be the leading character in their life. The student is really, really ready, and a new lesson is coming for you. And then, wow, King of Cups is coming up again. This is why I like to read in duplicate. This is the neon sign from the universe. If you're seeing duplicate cards on my shows, the universe is trying to get your attention. It's like, hello? Oh, hello. Hello. Yes, the King of Cups is coming in. You need somebody more balanced, somebody more compassionate, somebody more settled in their own right with who they are. You need somebody that's a little bit, This sounds rude, so take it as me trying to convey truth and not trying to be rude. But you need somebody that's a little bit more grown up, a little more mature, a little more settled into their own self and comfortable in their own being. That's what's coming up in this. And it's not a bad thing. It's like young love and our young hearts that get twittipated. And when we fall in love for the first time, there's a lot of us who've gone through the divorce path because we have almost like a practice lesson in love that's a little bit different. And it seems like in this era of time, people live longer, so we do more chapters of life. So that's what it feels like is going on. And it's totally okay. I wouldn't think that the reconciliation or any kind of reconciliation of significance is going to happen with the man, Robert, that you divorced. I think what will happen is there will come to be an understanding, come to be a more peaceful feeling about it. But it doesn't feel like reconciliation. It's not the thing for you to get back together with him. Not at all. And don't go for sex with the ex type of thing. Don't do that. Don't do that. You heard that said really fast, but don't do it. It doesn't serve you. It slows you down. What's trying to come in for you is that Queen of Wands with all the mojo, all the confidence in the world, and also the King of Cups with the compassion and the calmness that helps balance that out. That's what I got for you, Taryn. All right, for Vika, a blind. All right, let's take a look and see what's going on there. All right, 1 second. Let me get a little water. I'm always needing water. For Vika's blind. Okay, so I'm over here, way over here. Okay. All right, I've got like the Yule cards, the Enchanted Map cards, and the Soul Symphony cards for Vika's blind. You're welcome, Taryn. You are so welcome. And I'm sorry I didn't start the recording on that all the way, but I started about where the tower is, and if you look on my YouTube channel, it will be recorded, and you can check it out later. I'll upload it after the show, okay? All right. So Vika's blind. What is it about this season that Vika needs to know? Get quiet, sweetie. We've got the Silent Night card, and it says, if by night the world should sleep, a sleep so deep the silence be deafening, the world, there would sound nothing at all, nothing would sound. It's asking you to be in stillness. It's asking you to be in silence. I want to see what else is going on. It's asking you to take the quiet moment. And it feels like this Soul Symphony cards want to come in between here, so I'm going to flip this down so you can see. Oh, glad you like the shirt. All right, let's see what's going on here. I want one here. This is mistletoe. What dreams may come from borrowing the ivy held tight within the womb, calling in sorts of a spell from above. Holy holly. Okay, we're getting a slight detour before we get to the soul cards. What we're getting is something about the ivy on the tree. Literally the other day I was out in my daughter, she's flipping a house. And I was out in the backyard there, and I was thinking about the ivy and thinking about a friend of mine when we had gone, and there was ivy climbing up the walls of this school, and we had trimmed a couple of those sprigs of the ivy off so we could treat it kind of like a pothos plant where you throw it in water and it gets roots and it grows. And I was having the same desire to do this, the same desire to plant. It feels like what's coming up is that you're trying to cut off a portion of a lesson and replant that little seedling or that little start to move forward again for you. That feels like it's important for you right now. So let's see what else is going on. Soul Symphony card. The gift. It says date, letting you know a surprise thinking of you. The universe wants you to know that there is something coming your way, and it feels like someone else is thinking of you. Now this is huge. This says it as if that somebody's going to take you on a date, blah, blah, blah. But there's more of a gift than that coming through. I want 2 more cards. Family and jealousy. Now this is interesting. You have to let this one go. Let whoever has the envy towards you, let that one go. And the family card. This is building family, finding family, and understanding your soul family. This is huge for you right now. The gift coming in is this discernment and being able to sift and sort this a little bit. I'm going to flip this down so you can see. And then let's take 3 across this way and go 3 across the map this way. Wow. Okay. We got more than 3. Let's see what's going on here. Oh, it's exactly 3. We've got the sacred pool, the magic stream, and the one ring circus. Okay. Slow it down, slow it down, slow it down is what I'm getting. Slow it down, slow it down, slow it down. This is something about this week coming in. We've got the 15th, the 18th, and this 47 is almost coming in like the 17th to me. What I'm getting is this whole week, all those numbers are popping, popping, popping. This week is significant to you. This is where you rein it in with the Silent Night, the One Ring Circus. You need to rein it into your own sense of focus. The flow that wants to come through. This is what's coming through for you. This is where you get in your own sense of flow, where you're really, really aware. The Sacred Pool, you'll need to dwell in it a little bit more. It's giving me references to the Tarot Star card. And it's something about hopes, dreams, and inspiration. And this is what you're getting. You keep seeing 17, 17, and 18, 18. Yeah, pay attention. This week is significant. So make some decisions. You've got discernment to do. And you don't need somebody else chiming in telling you what to do. You need to listen to your own spirit, your own soul a little bit more. That's why you're getting the Silent Night. That's why you're getting asked to be silent right now. What else is coming in for this? I want to look at this mistletoe again. There's something about this that's coming in as if the decor and the environment around you and the way your environment sits and settles around you needs to be examined again. You need to look again. Peel back the closet door, go within the closet door and look at what it is that you used to do decoratively. Look at what it is you used to do that brought you joy. This is something huge for you. Something that you used to do and spend your time doing as a talent brings you joy, and you need to be aware of it. And remember how that felt to be in that creative moment, in that inspired creative moment. This is huge for you. I don't know why it's coming in so big, but that's what it is. It's like this sweet kiss of creativity. That's what I've got. That feels complete. So that's where I'm going to leave it for you, Vika. That's gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous energy. All right. And that was a blind, guys. So that is how we do blinds. So let me show you what else is going on. And I thought I saw Jessie come in. And hi, Jessie. Good to see you. Good to see you. All right. We'll see what else is going on. This is what we're doing. You're saying you trust that. You keep seeing 17 and 18, 18. Yeah. Keep trusting that. Keep looking at that. It looks like you need to reorganize your crystals. Yeah. And you need to be listening to whatever it is that's coming through in that vibration. If you look up the crystal, the kind of crystal it is, and see what kind of vibration it's at, some of them will have, some places will have different hertz that different crystals vibrate at. Then you can go on and listen to, what is it? The white light healing frequencies from, I think it's Alana somebody, but it's the white light healing frequencies. You can look and listen to those, or listen to different sound healing frequencies in conjunction with using those crystals. It'll be helpful for you. All right. So this is what else we got going. There's $30 for a mini, $40 for a full. What you just saw was the $20 blind, and the $30 year ahead is where there's 2 in the middle and all 12 of the months around. So that's what's going on. Here's how you get on the list. Let Kim know if you've paid for a reading. You're welcome, honey. You are so welcome. And let Kim know if you've paid for a reading, and we'll keep the list going. I'm going to get a little water, and then we'll just keep going. Alana Fairchild. Yes, thank you, Kim. That's exactly who. Exactly who. She's done numerous kinds of decks and oracle type decks. So beautiful, beautiful work. But yeah, check it up. You could listen to it. You can pull it up on YouTube and listen to it if you want. So yeah. All right. Okay. Hey there, Toby. Hey, hey, hey. Good to see you. Okay, is Jessie still in the room? Do we know? If she is, say hi, hi, hi. All right. If you've got a question, go ahead and ask and let me know what's going on. We could probably do 1 or 2 micros more, but then we'll just go into the paid list, or we'll go into a collective. I was wanting to do a collective, and the internet was kind of being funky, so I'm relying on the 4G, but maybe we'll go into the collective now. I think we will. Let's do that. Let's go into the collective now. Ooh. We're going to go into the Slavic legends for the collective. What's going on? A real sense of wintering is coming through again. Gosh, oh, this winter. Oh, this winter is getting a little heavy and annoying, and it has hardly even started. Yeah, woo, collective time indeed. This is the Slavic legends. It's done by the same people at Taroteca Studios that did the Dark Mansion, which is my favorite. But we're going into the Slavic legends to take a look. This is a beautiful one, but the wintering energy is coming in strong. What's up with that? There's something about a truth that needs to come out, a truth that needs to be acknowledged, and waiting for a long time. Ah, nice, Toby, nice. Spending Christmas in the Sequoias is wonderful. Congratulations. You love this deck? Yeah, it is gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous deck, Kim. All right. The truth that needs to come out needs to be here soon. There's something going on. I'm flipping this down so you guys can see. We have first out is the Knight of Coins, the preparation for something. And it feels like all of this 10 of Cups in the trees, these little gifts hidden in the trees, we need to seek out. We need to go find the emotional reward, emotional reward, emotional reward. And this is also giving me something that usually isn't in the meaning of here. This is usually happy ever after +1, but it's giving me notice about consistency, 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 and how we need to apply ourselves to our own happiness if we want to create this excess or this growth of happiness for self. We need to start doing that and choosing that. This is saying, choose where you have your thoughts, choose where your mindset is, choose what it is that you focus upon. It doesn't mean that you can't vent. It doesn't mean that you can't understand the problems in the world and have heaviness with you, but you can't stew in it. You can't carry it heavier. No one person is meant to carry all that heaviness all at once. If you want the happy, you're going to have to fetch it down from the cupboard anyway. You're going to have to go to the cupboard, get the drink, lift a glass to yourself, raise the glass to whatever the asset is, whatever the beauty is in your own self, in your own life, in your own daily realm. You're going to have to do that, and you're going to have to do it on the regular, over and over and over. Strength card coming through here. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous strength card. Riding in big and strong on the buffalo. This is very interesting. Now, some people have familiarity with White Buffalo Woman that is Native American legend. There's something about that came in earlier this summer. A lot of the spirit guides and the spirit guide animals have been coming in the shades of white for people. So a lot of this has come in. Earlier this year, I got white peacock coming in for me. So this is something that you need to be very aware. When you see the animals that are in white, this is when the strength is amplified. This is when you're supposed to be lifting the vibration and on your task. It doesn't mean it's easy. It doesn't mean it happens quickly. It takes a little time. Wheel of Fortune is here. There is some truth that is coming forward, and it is shifting, and it is shifting soon. And then leaving the rough waters for the smooth. You have to have the peace in mind if you're going to go towards it. Just like if you were in a car, this is a vehicle that's leading you out of turbulence into peace. The vehicle of your own human being, your own humanness, is leading you out of the turbulence and into peace if you allow it to be. But you have to be the one steering your own course to some degree. The universe will throw in the various influences that will throw you for a loop sometimes, appear as turbulence, even though it's just trying to get you to reroute. Sometimes you can go around the storm, whether you're driving or whether you're in the ship. Sometimes you have to wait it out, and other times you have to go around the storm. What do we got going on here? Feels like you have to navigate around the storm is what I'm getting. Again, these are coming in as if you can steer your own course a little differently. Steer your own fate a little differently. Navigating around the storm is wanting to come through. Yeah. Oh my gosh. I told you this is about the truth. This is about the truth. The 5 of Coins here. Feeling like we're out in the cold. I'm feeling like, oh, this is heavy. We've been abandoned, or we're really just forlorn, lost. That kind of energy. It needs to be let go of, because we're not. The universe has not forgotten us. Sword of Truth coming out. Big, big, big here. Ace of Swords. This is the sword of truth, of justice, of knowledge. This is getting in alignment with our higher self. This is all of this huge amount of integrity coming forward. And then the Chariot, finally being able to steer and move forward. Now the Charioteer needs his spiritual game on in order to focus. Usually we see that big veil of stars all behind him. It's because he has to get in there on his own and figure out his spiritual stuff in order to move forward. And he'll have things that feel reckless. These 2 horses that are out of balance, one going this way, one going this way. And they feel like you got to rein it in. And the thing is, you have to take the reins in your own hands. Grab the power back for yourself in order to move forward. This is what's coming through. This is huge, huge. It's time to navigate differently. It's time to rein in the chaos that's the external shit. Let that be out there. You rein in your own peace. It's important for you. Then you can move forward. This is huge, huge, huge. Anything else? Queen of Wands. This is having all the confidence, all the approachability, following the sun, and knowing your own power. This is huge, huge, huge. Follow the inspiration. Know your power. Know what's inspiring you. And keep your energy in that kind of space as much as you can. It doesn't mean don't go through the negative grumps when you need to go through them. But just don't dwell in them. Don't let it take you in like quicksand. Remember what lights you on fire. Remember what gets you excited. Okay? That's important. All right. That's what I've got. That feels complete. That was from the Slavic Legends Tarot, and it's a good one. It is a really good one, guys. All right, let's see what else is going on. The list is clear. This is the general. This has changed recently. The Cash App is $, the Feisty Butterfly. The other one was glitching on us, so I'm not sure what that's about, but that's what was the deal. Yeah, it is a beautiful deck, isn't it? It is such a beautiful deck. You're getting a mini? Okay, Jack. Okay, let me get some water, and then we'll get your question. I don't see your question yet, but if you want to throw it in there, throw it in there. If you want to throw it in the chat, throw it in the chat. Either way, that's great. All right. Okay. I'm not seeing Jack's question just yet. Oh, woohoo! Kim says, sorry, you guys, I probably deafened you. Kim says out for delivery. I think there's going to be a surprise in my mailbox. Yay! That's exciting and fun. Super exciting and fun. Yay! Okay. All right. So, Jack, if you have a question, we will take a look, but I'm going to look and see if it's right there. We'll see. We'll see. Hang on. Okay. All right. Jack, did you have a specific... Okay, there it is. There it is. Business and financial guidance, rough few days. Okay, let's see what's going on. The first thing that I'm getting for you before we even go into the cards is there's something about consecration coming in. Now, this is where you make something sacred. You know your spiritual work. You know what your own spiritual practices are. So if my metaphors are a little off, translate it to what it is that suits you. But sometimes there is, like Michelle sent me some oils that are beautiful, beautiful oils. Today, instead of doing incense or sage, which I usually do before I start the show, I wanted this anointing with oils. I wanted something that was made sacred and special to me to get me into my mode. There's something about this, and there's something about this, and the reason I'm getting to this oil thing is there's something sacred that you need to absorb that needs to make sacred your body, your space again. It feels like your body again. So I don't know, some people do like cleansing baths or things like that. Some people do cleansing baths on full moons and do full moon rituals with that. Whatever it is, it feels like there's something that needs to be consecrated once again, made sacred once again. Feels like doubt has crept in where it shouldn't, and it's just like sweeping the spider webs or cobwebs out of a room that you haven't been in a while. It feels like those need swept out. Don't doubt your gift. Don't doubt your ability, sweetie. No, no, no. You get lots of anxiety. Yeah, I swear, I think this Mercury retrograde has been a little bit hard on a lot of us. But we're going to take a look at what's going on for you. I've got the Mystic Tarot here, Mystic Soul Tarot, and it's a beautiful one. So I'm going to flip down so you can see this, and we're going to see what's going on. Do not doubt your worth, sweetie. I mean, that's easy for me to tell you what to do and boss you. But I am telling you, you are worthy, you are valuable, and what's going on with you and your enoughness, this is something that a lot of us are going through during this particular retrograde. Try and let go of the anxiety and know that you are valuable. Know that what you are doing contributes in a huge way in the universe. And if nothing else, if whatever we did that made ourselves feel more sacred and elevated our own vibration, that alone resonates out. Whether we help lift another or not consciously, when we do our own self-care and our maintenance in that kind of way, it resonates out in a very, very positive way. All right, I'm going to get into the cards, and we're going to see what's going on that might be helpful for you to know right now, okay? All right. Jack in business. Again, I'm getting a wrong size yardstick, Again, you're measuring a little bit strangely. Try not to measure so much by an external measure. Measure by what you're putting in or how you're showing up, how you're doing, and if it feels right within your heart. Your measuring stick is the wrong way to measure? Really? There's something that's like a reverberation that you need to measure a little bit differently. Okay, all right. The measuring stick is coming through right here. Ace of Wands. Your inspired stuff and the truth that you carry forward. Huge, huge, huge for you. Hang on. Your measuring stick is something that you're measuring it a little bit off, and it's making you feel like not enough, making you feel like things are too slow or they're off course or not right when they're just perfectly on. That's what I can tell you. They feel very perfectly on. Let me put this down to here. I'm recording it, and I think you'll get it all pretty good here. But we've got here, the inspired thing that you have is right for you. The wish of your heart is right for you. It's so right for you. So allow the universe to catch up in the way the universe wants to. You keep offering the gift. You keep offering your inspiration forward. You keep offering it in the way that you feel is right for you. It is your wish to do the work that you're doing. You are not meant to do something else. You're not meant to feel burdened by it. You're meant to be conscious of the truth that you carry forward. You're in this point where there is choice between purpose and what you want to do. And you've been choosing the right path for you all along. So the choices that you continue to make, the choices going forward, you're not going to make the wrong choice. You're going to continue going forward. You hold this very, very clearly, all right? Hold this truth and stay in integrity with self as clearly as you can. Don't measure by if there's a certain amount of exponential growth or not. If growth has slowed down, don't measure by if dollars are flowing slower than before. Don't measure by anything other than what keeps you in your own integrity and in resonance with your own heart. There is something about that resonance coming through very, very strongly. All right, we're going to the second deck on this one. Just one second. I want to see what's going on with this. There's something that you want to go in. It's like you want to be kicking ass, kicking ass, kicking ass all the time. Kicking ass and taking names all the time. Yet it's not how it should be. This kind of energy is not the stillness energy. And there needs to be a little bit more of the stillness before you get the momentum back. Subconsciously, you want the chariot to go, 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 go. But there needs to be a different choice going on. Right here, when we go back down here, we're seeing recent past. A lot of things were in a row. Everything was lining up pretty nicely. And then all of a sudden, like things came to a slow halt. Things came to what felt like a stop. There are periods of fast pace and breakneck speed. And then there's periods where we need to slow down, recalibrate, refigure, and reconfigure again. And there's sometimes periods where we need to trust again. And this is really hard right now. Not just for you. It feels like in the world there's a lot of energy that wants to put people in this point of fear. And there is an absolute need for defiance about that. A need for defiance to go into fear. A need for defiance to go into worry. A need for defiance that holds us in alignment. Again, what I'm getting is, if you think of a stick of selenite, how it's just like that clear selenite. If you think of your own body as a crystal light being, as a stick of selenite in the universe, and it needs to allow the light to come through. Occasionally when we let doubt get around us, it's like we let dust or dirt or debris get on that selenite so it doesn't glow as profoundly. It doesn't have the ability to allow light through when we're out of alignment, when we allow doubt in. It's time to let that be again where it is. It's time for you to really like stand in your power and have whatever it is, whether it's crystal singing bowls, whether it's you actually singing and doing a toning exercise, whatever it is, you get in alignment and you need to get there on your own. This is huge for you, the Hanged One. The perspective needs to shift. The Three of Wands shows this period of waiting, the next 3 months. It's going to feel like it's a little bit tricky for you. Don't doubt that it's actually picking up pace. It's just not as fast as what it was. The halt was 3 days ago, disharmony with a client regarding your new pricing. They didn't like it. You know what? New clients are never going to like it. Everybody always loves free, but that doesn't mean that that's what you need to offer. Your pricing, if you feel that your pricing is out of alignment, you fix it for you. But if they don't like it, they don't like it. That's not your problem. The clients that will come through to you for the pricing that you want to do is fine. Wheel of Fortune. Fortune is favoring the bold, and it's asking you to step up in a bold way. They may not like your pricing. They may not value what it is that you do it the same way that you do, but it's your business. It's what you've been doing. It's what you will continue to do. And your experience over this course, you say she's been working with you for 2 years. Your experience over this course of time and your spiritual work is valuable. If the pricing is new and it's uncomfortable for her, it might be uncomfortable. It doesn't mean that it isn't valuable. And it doesn't mean you've got it wrong. Give it a little time. Run what's going on in your mind as far as pricing and that with somebody else that is a trusted, objective person. But then you trust your own integrity better. Oh, gosh. Okay. We're getting a little bit of light language that wants to come through, and this is what I'm getting. Ayehio anahu. Ayehio anahu. Onto. Esofe edini rikanahe. Ayehio. Rikanahe onto. Maho. A son. Something coming in a strong way. There's something, a number of completion coming through. There's a number 191 coming through, as if there's completion on either side of that. So it's like all the way from the 1 to the 9 and then back to the 1 again. There's a full cycle coming in. If you did the 1 plus the 9, that would give you a 10. There's a completion and a new start happening. There's something onto. Consistently building, consistently building. Something important in that. Now I want to look in the Wheel of Fortune and the Three of Wands about what you're waiting for. Let's see what's coming through for you. Okay, sweetie, you are the Batman. Don't you doubt it for a second. You've got the gift. You've got the talent. You are the student. You're the one that's putting the time in to learn something, and this is huge, huge, huge. And then you've got here the Knight of Pentacles. It's going to take a little bit of time, but you can do this. This is something that is going through in a big, big way. You have the gift. Don't doubt your own gifts. Whatever your prices are, they may be in flux because the market does flux too. But you'll know what feels right for you. You know what feels right to charge or what's not right to charge. Any way you charge it, whether you charge $10 for something or $1,000 for something. Your gift is your gift. It's up to you to decide. And the value isn't based solely and only on what you put the price on in the market. Okay? The value of what you do and the value of how you show up, the value of how you move forward in this. This is huge for you right now. It's important for you to know that you have the gift and to bring your gift forward slowly. Sometimes we have a certain skill set. Sometimes we have a certain way we want to do things. It's not always kick ass, take names, boom, 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 boom. Sometimes it's go a little bit more slowly. What else we got? What else does Jack need to know? Measure by the different yardstick again. Will finances still flow through the business? Yes, I think they will. And what I'm getting is something that is interesting. Okay. If somebody is experiencing sticker shock, so to speak, if somebody's experiencing sticker shock, there's also other gifts that you have that are other offerings that you can make that are a little less sticker shock, but they're a different gift. And it feels like you're going to be offering a different kind of gift also. And I don't know what that's about. It feels like whatever this is, the finances will still flow. That's exactly it. Sticker shock. Yeah. It's say you have a course and you're offering the course for, I'm going to be ridiculous here. So say you're offering the course for $5,000 and everybody's like, oh, that's too crazy, too crazy. You might be offering a micro course that's just as important and you might be offering that for $3,000. It's a different thing. So you might be adjusting your product line and what it is. So the big sticker shock is one thing, but there's also things of different prices for people at different income brackets. So the sticker shock on the one thing might be something they want down the road and maybe they are not ready for that just yet. But this other thing might be something that it's not so much the lost leader, but it's a different product they can test drive you, can test drive your services. This is what it feels like. This is what feels like is going on for you. That you've created something that's a little bit different that you know the value of, but it's giving people sticker shock. So what you can do is also add that other product in your line that is the lower price but equally valuable product. It might not be exactly what you want to do all the time, but it has to come through. In the daily grind, not everybody is going to go for the big retreat, the big. Sometimes people need just a little piece, just a little taste. Not everybody buys the whole pie. Sometimes people just need a slice. I don't know what that's about, but that's what's coming through. I'm hoping that that makes sense to you. That's what I got. That feels complete. And the pie is the right thing to think of. Not everybody buys the whole pie. Sometimes people just need only a slice. So just be aware. Makes a ton of sense? Good. So that's what I've got for you, honey. Good luck on that. All right. Okay. All right. That's what we've got. Dima, we've got the paid list going on right now. So if you want to get on the paid list, let Kim know. She's keeping track of that list for me. At the top of the show is usually when I do my micros. You're welcome, Jack. No problem. But we've got the paid list open, and I will show you what we're doing here. So we've got the $20 blind, $30 year ahead, $30 mini, and $40 full. Specialty reads are $50. That's the bones, the crystal ball, the past lives. Absolutely fascinating. I love those. And this is how you can pay. Venmo, Cash App, PayPal. And it's at A Feisty Butterfly, Cash App, $, The Feisty Butterfly, or The Feisty Butterfly. And PayPal, afeistybutterfly@gmail.com. So that's what we got. Okay, got it, Kim. Got it. When I go out, after I'm done with the show, I'll go out and check, and I'm sure it will be there. I'm super excited. That'll be way fun. Yay. Yes, and then next time I'm on, you guys might see me playing with another new tarot deck. All right, so let's see what else is going on. Let me get a little bit of water, and then Kim, if you'll let me know who's next on the list, that'd be great. So let me put this back here in the tray. And a little bit of water. We'll see what's going on. I'm behind on the messages. Okay. Okay. Blessedly you sent for a specialty? Okay. 1 second. Okay. Just 1 second for you, honey. And we'll take a look. Let me get some water. Okay. Take my time. Okay, Krista, I will. I'm looking real close. And if you tell me which one you want, then we'll do it. No big deal at all. No problem. So I'll look for Kim's comment here in a second. I think I want just a little sip more water and then I'll be good. I'm telling you, sometimes it feels like I'm shouting in here and I don't think I am, but sometimes it feels like that. So if I am, sorry guys. All right. Kim, will you tell me what kind of read that Krista wanted? Because I'm not seeing it coming through just yet. And she's been here a bajillion times, so I know she's fine, but I just didn't know which one she wanted. Or Krista, if you want to tell me too, which one it is that you wanted. Okay. We'll see for just a second. Okay. Bones, crystal ball, or past life. So which one would you want, Krista? And I am recording it, so it should be, so far it looks like the recording is 36 minutes in. So you'll see when it comes through, you'll see what happens there. And we've got something from, that was Jacqueline. So that was just Jack's payment. My iPads are behind, guys. So if you let Kim know, she'll keep track with me and that will help. You want a spirit-led thing. Okay. We're going bones for you, babe. This is what we're going to go. We're going to go to the bones. Okay, the bones for Krista. Now, when you guys see me do this, this is the Naked Heart Tarot reading cloth here that's gone down. And I love this one for the bones reads. Okay, let me see which decks. And I have certain decks that I like for the bones reads, honestly. So let me get those. Those are usually these ones that I like of these. So give me just a second. We'll see what's going on. Wow. Wow. I think this is called the Beautiful Creatures. It might be the Blessed Creatures. Something like that. It's almost like the Brutal Brats one, which is the Beautiful Creatures also. It's something like that, but this is what's coming through. So we've got 2 of these up and the bones. So I'm going to do the bones first, see what's coming through, and then we'll see what's going on. Yeah, it will be interesting to see how it changes. If you had this 6 months ago, very interesting. I wonder if you're supposed to be learning how to read bones yourself. I wonder, like, I didn't know I could read bones. And then all of a sudden one day in the kitchen, I'm like, okay, all right. And then my grandma's coming through and showing me, okay, this is what you need to do. And I've actually got bones downstairs that are new bones that I want to throw in that I have from Thanksgiving time, but we'll see how that goes. But they aren't up here yet because they aren't done being created. And I create mine a little different. So I do mine and I like nail polish them and make them all glittery, sparkly, fantastic, which was definitely a grandma trait of my grandma's. She had like bajillion nail polish bottles, but we'll see what's going on. Wow. Okay. We're done. We're done here. All right. Let's see what's going on. Okay. This one leaped out and leaped on top of this. Now this is the crossing. This is where there's something about, something crossed and cross purposes, and this is something that's really challenging going up in the future, coming up in the future. It's like going to need re-examined. It's almost as if there's a hangman over it. All of this stuff over to this side right here. Right here. This is going on the recent past, the now, and moving forward this way. It's coming through instead of just like we would normally see the Celtic cross type of thing or that kind of trajectory. It's coming through like a trajectory reading. So we're going to put the cards out like a trajectory reading. So give me just a second. I want to see what's going through here. So let me scooch back because I'm going to need the space. What is this? It feels like the hangman, the willing sacrifice, and how you're going to co-create all is coming together. There is a period of time in the future where the hangman comes in again, but this period of time over here, we're seeing the red and orange bones, and what it's coming through as is a co-creating and also a sacrificing that needs to come up. There's a period of time that's difficult. There's a little bit of fear and survival and sacrifice in that regard. Wow. Okay. So if you're looking over here, what you're seeing is the Emperor, the Five of Cups. This is how you set up the structure before, and the Five of Cups. Something has turned, something has changed, and this is something that needs to be grieved and looked at a little bit more closely, but something has definitely changed. There's a new direction. Then you have the Hanged Man and the Crown here in this one. It's like the Sun or the Crown, both coming through at the same time. It's coming through almost like the Tower when the crown gets knocked off. There's a new idea coming through, the new perception, the crown chakra, but there's an illumination coming through. The star comes through and there's a new hope going on. This is huge, huge, huge. All of this coming in right near the bottom of this. So how you used to do it isn't how you're going to do it going forward. And part of the growth and part of the way you're going forward, you had to go through the past to learn this. You had to go through this first to learn this in order to go forward. There's something coming in the clairaudience, the whispers on the wind, and this is often comes in like a forest, but this is a voice from the void. This is clairaudience coming in as sure as I'm sitting here. I want to see what's going on with that. Clairaudience. The Nine of Swords. There's worry that overrides sometimes your ability to listen to what it is that the clairaudience wants you to have. You need to let that go here. Oh, wow. The Four of Wands wants to come in. So the worry is going to be there for a little bit longer, but there's epiphanies that are trying to come through, and it is clairaudience coming in here. And then here, this is what's coming in, and it feels like it's coming in spring. Now, this is usually Four of Wands, which is March or April coming in. It feels like it's coming in sooner than that. Look for the bouquets, the bouquets, the bouquets. And this is coming through as quite the literal. This is coming through as quite the literal. Look for sunflowers. Look for anything that resembles this kind of look. The yellow flower, even like yellow daisies. Look for the bouquets, look for the bouquets, look for the bouquets. They're coming in. It feels like literally you're going to see fat bouquets of flowers as a sign. Or fat, like if you were on a walk, say you're walking along somewhere, you're going to see fat patches of flowers for some reason. I don't know why. But this is abundance that's trying to come towards you. And this feels like you're at this point of threshold. Once you shift the way you think, there's abundance coming in. Very, very interesting. Look for the bouquets. The yellow color is coming in strong, strong, strong. This yellow color is leading you more and more towards the heart. And then it's also overriding this co-creating because now you're creating something juicy. So you might have somebody, say somebody's acting like a sous chef for you and they're helping you cook some bread or cookies or whatever in the kitchen. There comes a time you got to shove that shit in the oven and let it bake, right? That's what it feels like is happening. Okay, we're going to go back right here. This is where the co-creating is. This is where the co-creating and stick it in the oven and let it bake is coming in. There's some angelic influence coming through here, walking a different path. This is asking you to go where your heart calls you on the walk, go on the walk. This is something you're walking, and this feels like it's something within like a 4-mile radius of where you're at, that you need to be walking and seeing the beauty and the nature around you. And it is coming in. It's giving me something that's really crazy specific. That's just flat weird to me. But it feels like this is coming in, and it's coming in with this 4, and this is coming in, and it's saying within like a 4-mile radius, there's something where there's nature around and you need to check it out. You've never had a clairaudience moment. Okay, Krista, watch yourself. If you're one that is like, you're doing your dishes and you're like, okay, check, got that done. If you're speaking things out loud as you do things through the day, it might be that you're more clairaudient than you realize. If lyrics just randomly drop, then it's like, okay, what's going on? It's not just your brain being busy or overactive. There is clairaudience that comes through. So just be aware and be discerning. If you're going and you're on this walk that's whatever, you're 4 miles away in your car or on the walk, whether you're in the car and you turn on the radio and the song drops immediately and it's a special song, or whether you're on a walk and you hear something and it's like, okay, I haven't noticed those birds around here before, or what was this sound? Start listening. There is something that's coming in that's wanting to come through with your clairaudience a little stronger. That makes sense? Good. Good, good, good. All right. Yeah, and it's supposed to come in really strongly. The silver bone up top, wow. The 4 of Cups. It's showing that there was a refusal to see the silver bone. It's a refusal to see something as a gift, and you've dismissed it as ordinary. It's not a bad thing. It's just sometimes how how we're taught in society. Like, we're taught as kids, instead of kids that are like tapping into spiritual gifts soon, they're like, oh, that's cute. This kid has an invisible friend. Isn't that so cute? When really it could be an ancestors or spirit guides talking to that kid, and we kind of dismiss it, or we don't know how to handle it. So it might be that that's been dismissed a little bit. So be very, very aware. This is something that if you dismiss it as daily and mundane, you're missing. So be aware, be aware. If you hear a ringing in your ears. Now, some people say if you hear ringing in your left ear, it's one thing, right ear is another. Just start paying attention. If you hear ringing in your ear, if you start hear what sounds like voices in the other room, and it's like, well, maybe that's the TV. Yeah, maybe. If you hear that, just understand that you're picking up things. Your sensory is trying to pick it up. And if you can't hear what's going on and you're like hearing muffled voices or whatever, it doesn't mean you're losing your mind. It means you're picking up on something. Those clairs are trying to tune in, but they aren't well practiced at it, all right? Okay. What else does the angelic realm want you to know about this and this way of doing it? Yeah, the doubt is going to be there. The devil has got the lock on here, showing that, oh, anybody else can access this, but just not you. Just not you. Those gifts are for other people, but not for you. That's bullshit. That is bullshit. Everybody has psychic and spiritual gifts. Everybody has this go on. All these happen to you all the dang time, and you never knew it was clairaudient. Yeah. Quit dismissing it. Just start paying attention. If you write it down, do your little evidence book where you write down, this is what happened, or this is, hearing muffled voices at 2 in the afternoon, blah, blah, blah. It's not always about seeing the angel numbers. It's not always about the exact clear lyrics. Sometimes you'll just get a little bit of a sense of what was that? What was that? And it's like, you might even say, did you hear that? And somebody's going to say, no, I didn't hear anything. What are you talking about? Just be aware. You're dialing it in. You're dialing it in. Okay, what else is going on down here? Now I want to flip this down again. So we're flipping down over here. The heart over here and the heart over here. This is something where you go and you get more clear and you're revealing something that is coming through a little bit differently now. Okay, all right. We're getting something. I'm going to the next deck. We're getting something that is coming through, and it's like if you can slap the mystery off of it a little bit. If you can slap the pretty off of it. You know when, okay, I'm going to flip this up so we can be talking here. You know when you're singing or you hear somebody singing, but they're really singing pretty and they need to be a little bit rough and gravelly? There's a difference. Sometimes there is a reason people need the gravel in their voice. Sometimes there's whiskey in someone's voice. There's a sound in the voice that's a little bit different, a little bit more aggressive, that kind of thing. And that's slapping the pretty off of something. If you're like perfectly worried about the note sounding, oh, perfectly round, perfectly on pitch, you're going to screw over the song, right? Because sometimes, like even Judy Garland didn't always have perfect pitch. Sometimes she would be just under or just over. But if there's a keening or a crying in the note, a crying in the heart, a crying in what it is that you sing, and it's not perfect, it's allowed to be imperfect, you're slapping the pretty off and you're seeing beyond that. This is what you're doing with some of the mystery about your spiritual beliefs and the mystic beliefs. You got to realize it's in the ordinary all the time. All the time. Now I'm going to flip it back down to these bones so you can see this. All right. That's in your voice all the time when you sing? Yeah. Let it be there. Let the perfect be gone. Right here in this bone. I don't know if you can see it, but I'm going to hold it so you can. You see how you have that mint green kind of color right through here? And then you see this deeper emerald here. This deeper one. This deeper one. This is almost like you want like Lemurian guides to pop through and suddenly be visible right in front of you. And that's not how it's going to go. Your heart is knowing. Your heart is in training. Your heart is learning. Over here, we're seeing the deeper green coming through. This is something you'll see when you connect with nature. You're going to hear this a lot. And even if you live in a place where it's like Arctic snowed in because it's winter season. Like here, we're going to get snow and it's going to be, I'm not going to want to go outside. You let nature be around you, whether it's the plants you have in your home, whether it's you're looking at something that is beautiful online that's about nature, but you let nature be around you. Okay, and I'm getting that goofy and heaven and nature sing and heaven and nature sing and heaven and heaven and heaven and nature sing. It's from a Christmas carol somewhere, some kind of Christmas song. Of course, when I'm in the middle of Claire's, I can't hear this all the time. You're outside Philly and backed up to a park. Yeah, let the nature sing to you. Let the nature sing and heaven and nature sing. There's something about this that's important. This is how you're connecting with the angelic realm, and this is hugely important for you. All right, I want to see what else is going on. It feels like there's a card in here for you. And this is from the flip side. Now we have the one deck with these that had the orange, and these are lined in the darker color in the black Sharpie. And what I'm getting is I'm wanting you to look at your shadow side of this doubt and let the discernment come through instead. Oh yeah, this is going to be challenging for you. Look at this. Now this is what you had here before. You had it right here. This is the duplicate. The refusing the gift is what gets in your way. The refusing the value of the gift. It's there. It's there, babe. It's been there a long time. Now is the time to open it up. So when it presents, even though it might look like it's small, it's not nothing. Be aware. There's something of value in this when you're hearing this, whether it's the bird song, whether it's something slowing you down. And it's not just what you're hearing. It's getting a full body assessment of what's going on with your spirit and your soul when you get those messages through. So when you see these things come in and you're like, okay, that's just like an ordinary blah, 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 blah. Don't dismiss it as just ordinary. The entire world around us is full of miracles all the time. We just get used to calling them ordinary. We just get used to calling everything, oh, that's just mundane, that's ordinary, blah, blah, blah. The fact that we're here at all is a freaking miracle. The fact that we're here in this time frame when there's so much spiritually active things going on. You are not meant to be shut down, closed down, or to be dismissive of your gift as it comes through. So allow it to be, and don't expect it to be like someone else's. Expect it to be uniquely designed for you, exactly for what you need it to be going forward. There's a little bit of dust. What is the dusting about? When the frost comes. Okay, I'm looking down here. I'm seeing the path. I'm seeing a little bit of green edging on here. I'm seeing the green in here. We've talked about this. And then this is kind of bare. It's when the frost comes. This is feeling like 2.5 weeks. You need to treat it like frost. When frost is on top of the grasses, it's like it's not quite snow. It's not heavy and weighed down, but the frost is there. There's a change. There's a change in the way you discern. Wow, wow, wow. There's a change in the way you discern. We've got the 5 of Wands, 5 of Cups. Now, back here, you have the 5 of Cups. Back here, there was something that disappointed, something that you felt like there was a loss. And here there's competing ideas. This is where you need to go within to really pay close attention. The Hermit's right here, but you need to pay close attention to what's going on. It's a little bit dark night of the soul energy. Hang on, the puzzle piece on here is doing its thing. Okay. So the puzzle piece came up on there. Here's the Hermit energy coming in. There's a little bit of hermiting that's good for you. It doesn't feel like you're over hermiting, but it's like when you need to go within to get clarity on your own. It's your own spiritual soul growth. It's your own dark night of the soul. It's your own spiritual climb. All of this happening all at once. Now, when we go down to these crossed bones that were coming up, and they reference the Hangman, and they're also crossed right here. I'm going to show them. I'm adjusting this down so you can see. Right here. Right here. You see this cross at cross purposes. It's almost like you've been at cross purposes with yourself. Don't let that freak you out. You've had some shadow lessons. It's not out of alignment for us to have shadow lessons. It's how we have contrast. It's how we know our light and our dark side. Both sides are valuable, not just one side, not just one. It feels like guides are coming in for you. What's going on in February with your guides? It feels like February is coming in, and I don't know why this is coming in as February, but that's what is coming in. Now, these bones, they don't always represent the exact same thing. I'll see patterns, I'll see things going on that are in the bones that are patterns that I know, but the colors will shift and the meanings sometimes shift according to what's being read. And this is coming through as guides, and it's coming through as being at cross purposes with your guide for a while, and then this is coming in February, and I'm not sure why that is, but that's what's coming in. That's when you're getting the more clarity coming in. There is something about more focused. The Ace of Cups, absolutely, absolutely. Ace of Cups coming in very strong for you right now. This is huge. This is opening up of emotional and spiritual gifts. It used to represent clergy. If you took the suits of the tarot and took the cup suits, some people would say that represents the spiritual leanings and clergy. That's why spiritual gifts and psychic gifts are connected with the emotions in the tarot. And then, ooh, the 9 of Swords coming in again. Now, you saw this before. We're getting duplicates on this. So you've had the duplicates on the 5 of Cups. You've had the duplicates on the 4 of Cups. Now you're getting the duplicate on the 9 of Swords. Don't doubt the epiphanies and the restless nights. It's the worry and overthinking that will get in your way more than anything else. And that's like, yeah, well, anybody could say that. But for you specifically, that's what's happening. Keep your evidence book about what you're writing down for spiritual insights, and keep a journal by your bed, or just, and it doesn't have to be fancy. Don't make it fancy, please don't make it fancy. Just get a spiral notebook that just says, rando thoughts or whatever across it, okay? So you'll allow yourself to not have it be formal. And if the rando thoughts is, did I close the fucking garage door? The rando thoughts is, man, I should have put that back in the fridge. The rando thoughts is, oh, there's a baby somewhere. There's a baby. There's something, the new start, new baby, something. Write down the rando thoughts because they're going to come through, and pretty soon you're going to start connecting these things. So the clairs are coming in. The clair odds are coming in first. The clair cogs are going to come in also, and the doubting of that is going to be in your way more than anything else. The overthinking it is going to be in your way. There are times when I'm going to sleep and I'm going to lay down, and for some reason, and I don't know why, I'll be like, okay, this is when I'm going to be doing some light language. So here I am in my bed, Phil's on the road. I don't know if the neighbors can hear me. I hope to hell they can't, but whatever. And what's coming through is light language of a blessing of a sort for a certain specific person will come to mind. It's not always the same person. And so here I am doing this thing, doing this. Okay, this is what I need to do. This is what I need to send the energy out. Do I always hear back from what's going on? No. I just do what I'm called to do and follow the nudge. And this is asking you to follow the nudge. Leave the anxiety behind. Follow the epiphany. And we know if we don't learn to follow the epiphany that the tower will come on this one sometimes. So this is the miniature of that. It's the aha moment. It's the rude awakening. So be very aware. You have chills on this? This is good. It means you know what I'm talking about here. Anything else she needs to know? Not in this. We're going back to the other one. That's part of the shadow lessons that are over. Let's go to this other deck. We're going to see what it's got for you. The other lesson at the heart of it. At the heart. The very, very heart of this. Wow, follow the nudge, and what shows up? The strength card. The strength card is the one where it's the lady leading the lion. She's the one, come on, lion, and the lion comes with her. It's not about brute force. It's about following the nudge every time and balancing and balancing and balancing it. High Priestess card comes up, and the Queen of Wands. Don't doubt your mojo. You've got this. Don't doubt it. Don't doubt it. You're entering a new season for your High Priestess self. There is new energy coming in. Don't doubt it. Don't doubt it. Just because you sit at the veil doesn't mean you don't have to ask questions from the other side. You do. So no matter where you are in your High Priestess journey, you're going to have to ask questions too. And when people approach the High Priestess, what do I tell them to do? Ask smarter questions. Ask different questions. Because the same old questions are going to get you old answers. And it's time for you to ask different questions. That's what I've got going on. That's what you had for your tarot reading this morning? Yeah. Yeah. It's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And if you find that you're doing, you're reading your tarot cards or whatever, and you're kind of coming up with the same keywords over and over and over, this is what happens to all of us. We're learning it. We tend to have certain go-tos. Look again at the card and look again at whatever it is that's popping to you. So on this one, how the bouquet pops out really strongly, yellow, yellow, yellow. Look and see if some of them, if you're in standard Rider Waite, maybe you'll see the sunflower on the Queen of Wands that's really popping one time. And then another time you'll see it, and that damn cat is popping so strong. Pay attention to what is popping on the card. Pay attention to that more than you pay attention to the meaning sometimes. It helps you shift out of a rut when you're in your readings, and it's like, it will be helpful for you. So be aware. Is there anything else she needs to know? This is coming through. When you're in your evidence book, this figure 8 on the side, the lemniscate, take it as the sign of strength. Take it as the sign of temperance. Take it as the sign of the juggler and figuring out how to juggle. And take it as something where you can transmute. And you need to be doing this. I would do it in ink on the page. I would just do it, that doodle in ink on the page. Allow that juggle of the spirit and allow that centering to happen so you can transmute the energy in order to move forward. That's what I've got. That feels very complete. I love that for you. I'm going to flip this down so you can see all of these beautiful cards one more time. You can see the bones. You can see the cards, everything one more time. And I'm going to do it. Hi. I'm going to do it on the iPad too so you can see it. That way, if you go to YouTube and you look at your read again, you'll see those cards because I want it to be there for you. And I want it to be there for you in months to come. So that's what I've got. So that was gorgeous. I love that. I love that. And I think this is called the Beautiful Beasts, but I'm not sure. So I think that's what it is. With this many decks, sometimes it's hard to remember all the names, but I do pretty good. I try to do good on that. So that's what I've got for you on that one. All right. Let me put this here, and we'll put the bones away. And I think I'm going to have to get, when I get my new bones out, I've got one that's like huge. It's like a whopper of a bone. It's big. It's bigger than these others. And I told Phil I might need to strip down a couple other chickens because it feels like there needs to be more bones in the collection. I don't know why, but when I get called to it, I get called to it. Oh, your goodness gracious, that was filled with so much validations. I'm so glad. So glad. So glad it was helpful. Yeah, you are well on your path. We just get taught. We get taught that we need evidence to appear differently. And, you know, we get taught to not trust the mysterious and intuitive things from an early age. And sometimes it's just our parents trying to keep us safe. Sometimes it's our parents just not knowing. But trust your spiritual self. You know a lot more than you realize already. Okay. Yeah, that's what I got on that. That was gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Thank you for letting me read for you on that one. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. All right. And Kim, if you let me know who's next or what's next, that'll be great. And we'll see what's going on with that. I swear, I think I'm going to have to go get a chicken or something and get some roasted chicken to strip down when Phil comes home next time. Stephanie, does Andrew genuinely love you and want a future with you? Stephanie, we are in the paid list part of the readings, but I will pull one card for you. I feel drawn to do that. So I will pull one card and we'll see what's going on. If you haven't been in before, usually we do like a few micros at the top of the show. And I'm usually on Monday and Wednesday at 11 o'clock, sometimes different night times. But when I do the micros, it's usually 1 to 3 cards. I'm going to look at this for you. Does Andrew genuinely love you and want a future? Yes. Yes. We're getting the Strength card. There's more to this subtle energy than you know. The Ace of Wands. New Star energy is what is wanted. And the Four of Wands. Synchronicity moving forward. Sometimes this is seen as the Twin Flame card. But yes, the answer is yes. So that's what I got. So yeah. Come see me at another time. And the micros at the beginning of the show, they're always the time for those. Trust your intuition on that. And if you've been through some difficulty with this person, Steph, if you've been through some difficulty, trust whatever it is that's the gentle nudge that wants to lead you forward and let the egos out the door. There's something where ego is in the way on something, and I don't know what that's about. And I'm not going to get nosy in your business just off the jump like that unless you ask me to. But it feels like there's something where ego is creating interference, if that makes sense. I'm sure it makes sense to you. So, all right, I'm going to get a little bit of water. We'll see what's going on. And then we'll see if we want to do anything else on the collective, what we might want to do. Oh, Kim, I was telling my little sister about the Choose Your Own Adventure cards. She didn't know they existed. And she's not super tarot woo-woo, but she's the one in New York that sent me the Peanuts Charlie Brown deck. And she was so excited to know that existed. So thank you again for this. She's like, does it work like Choose Your Own Adventure? I'm like, well, tarot kind of works a little bit differently because basically you're doing these readings and setting up different questions and different stations and positions. And she was like, oh, okay. And I'm like, but it is so cool. So anyway. All right. Venmo just popped something and I'm not sure what that is. So let's just check that and see if I can figure it out. Kim put you on the list for a blind? Okay, let's do a blind. Edie, let's see what's going on for you. Whoo! Edie! All right. Whoo. My goodness. Want to make sure I've got all of those there. My goodness me. Okay, hang on. My bum is in the way over here. All right. So what I've got is the Forest Keepers or something like that. The Shaman's Dream, which is coming in big. And then the Avalon. Hey there, Chad. So then the Avalon deck. So we're going to see what's going on for Edie. Just 1 second. What's going on, sweetie? What's going on for Edie? Okay, I'm going to flip this down so you can see what's going on. We've got the Other World, and it says Veil, Illness, Transition. But I'm getting Veil, Other World coming through. And this one isn't coming through just small. It's like insisting. Somebody showing their face strongly to you, showing their face strongly. Then our one, Divine Inspiration and Awakening, showing their face strongly. This is what's coming through. Somebody is trying to show their face strongly to you, and it's more of this kind of energy than this one. It's not as pretty frou-frou la-la, but it's an insistence of this coming through. It's like when Nell came through and she insists and she insists and she insists. It's coming through, and it's coming through very, very strongly. What else is coming through? She who laughs. It is like when Nell came through. Humor, perspective, and mirth. Okay, I'm going to flip these so you can see them. This is how it came through. Now, when Nell comes through, she often comes through very playful, very, very lighthearted, very child energy, right? She comes through very child energy a lot of the time. But then when she's serious, she friggin' means it, right? So this is what's coming through. You're getting something about the laughing guide, and this might be somebody that is otherworldly. Very, very, Nell is very water sprite, fairy energy. Doesn't feel like human, doesn't feel like ancestor. Feels like this is coming through with very, very fae kind of influence going on there. And fae or fairy, and you can call it what you will. I was raised super conservative, so if I get these terms wrong, please forgive. But it feels like of Nell's tribe. What do you got to say on this, Nell? Nell laughs. She laughs. This is the dark-haired sprite. This is a dark-haired sprite. So Nell herself is very, very pale and kind of has white hair most of the time. But this is the dark-haired sprite. This is one that's meant to teach you about your shadow a little bit coming in. This is big, big, big. Now let's see what else is going on. Let's see what else is going on. I'm radiant and glowing. Thanks, Chad. Thanks. All right. What's going on? This is Shaman's Dream. Okay. All right. Hang on for a second. We're getting something that looks kind of like a reverse S, and it's small at the top. It's a small at the top, and it comes down. So it's not quite, it would be like a lopsided 5 or a reverse S coming through as a sign. It's coming through as a dark line. I swear, if you were here right now, I'd be drawing this on your thigh. I'd be drawing this on your legs to help you walk in a different way. You're walking in a different path, and this is coming through almost like sigil energy. It's coming through like this, and it's coming through with a line and 3 dots going this. So this is, I'm going to try, this is too big for me to not draw it for you. Let me get a marker and a paper. Okay. This is what I'm getting. It's coming through like this. I wish I could draw it better. And then a line, and then dot, dot, dot. So this is what's coming through, and that looks really like, let me see if I can get this. I don't know why it's coming through this way, but I want to be able so you can get it really good. There's something that's a crossed path. This is what it is. I would draw this on your thigh if you were right here. I'd be like, hey. And yeah, I'd put it on your left thigh, on your left leg. I don't know what that's about. I don't know why it is. And it's like, this is what's going on. And then this is adding strength to the path. And then this new stepping stones going forward. That's part of what's coming through. I don't know why. I do not know why. That's wackadoo, but that's what's coming through. What else is going on? It's because the shadow fairy, the dark fairy, dances a lot, dances in a way that flits and goes in and out, dances a lot, dances in the shadow. You need to look for black ink marks. Sometimes you see me talking about Zebu light language. There's also things that are sigils and runes, and these are things that you need to investigate and explore. She's asking you to do it. Skywriting in the face. I often talk about skywriting in Zebu language, but if you look closely, this is runes here. This is asking you to look for runes, asking you to learn your runes, learn the language of the runes. If you look up, is it Ken Edwards? Rune Walker. Look up Rune Walker Ken Edwards on YouTube and also on TikTok. He's here on both. He's really, really brilliant. His face has like tattoos, so don't let him scare you. He's very, very gentle. He's got a book out, fabulous book, but you're meant to be learning runes and meant to be doing sigil work right now. Dream Thief is coming, refusal of the call. You've had this call before. And maybe it seemed a little too out there, too hippie trippy, but you've had this call before. Or maybe you thought you were just doodling or doing light codes. Now, if you look at the Beyond Lemuria deck, it's got characters in there, but there's also light codes throughout. Light codes come through in lots of different ways. Also do the sigil work and shadow work. This all comes through too. It's important. Very important. And Blue Bodhi is also on TikTok, and she does sigil work all the time. So, yeah, something to see. Yeah, Ken. Stephanie knows. Is Edwards his last name? Is that right? I think that is. But, yeah, you should get his book, read it. It's very approachable, very easy. He knows so much about the runes, and he's the rune walker. This is something huge coming in. And then home and hearth and compassion, and you should have a few of these in the appropriate corners of your homes. This is huge. This is huge for you. All right, now let's see what's going on in Avalon. The sky writing is coming through, but also coming through is something that is mist and smog, different kind of thing going on. We had the dense fog card mentioned the other day, and we've had a lot of inversion smog and a little bit of fog around here. Let's see what's going on. What is going on with this misty deck? Why did it need to come forward? There's certain periods of time and portals that are opening. The 12-12 is big for you. I'm telling you, I know this sounds bonkers. I don't care if it sounds bonkers. Slap this on your thigh in black ink on the 12th. I don't know what that's about. I don't know why I would think to even say that. I wasn't raised in a way that would advocate anything like that. But this is what I'm getting. There's something important for you that advocates abundance, advocates moving forward, advocates something on 12-12 for you. Recently did your first bind sigil. 12-12 is Michelle's birthday. Well, happy birthday on that. Okay, let's see what's going on here. Yeah, you need to honor the 12-12 portal. Michelle gets to honor it every year. But specifically, Edie, you need to honor this 12-12, and you put something. This is something where it feels like initiatory and sacred initiatory type of work for you. Okay? All right. We've got birth and rebirth. We've got the Grail Knight. The quest is coming for you. Now, this one, the Grail Knight, it says romance, illusion, and seeking the sacred. And it's a way to get the illusion out of the way and let the high ideal and seeking the sacred come in and let it be more grounded. Birth and rebirth is coming in through huge. And reincarnation is coming through here. And restriction. This is saying restriction. It feels like reincarnation. Why am I reading that? I can read the cards. It's not a matter of it being too small for my bifocals on this one. But there's reincarnation coming through here. We're going to my past life deck. 1 second. These ones I often get out for my past life readings, and I want to go into it's not the Dream Keeper, it's the Dreaming Way. This is where we're going, in the Dreaming Way. Why is this coming through? And the shamans want to come through again. Okay, fine. There's a point of valor that was lost and dropped, a point of valor that was dropped. What do we got? There's something, a point of valor that was dropped, lost. Somebody told you something that wasn't true. Sometimes the 7 of Cups is all about procrastination. This is coming through with a little bit of that gaslighty fog energy. We were talking about the fog and seeing through the fog. This time it's not going to happen that way. The point of valor will be honored. It's going to be charging forward with the truth, even if it is as weird as it is. Charging forward in your own integrity, in your own authenticity. Mindful groupthink, closing door on completion of something, and beloved. Oh, we've got mindful here, and this is mindful and heartful, then closing door on something, and this is closing door on this part of the past where there was some sort of, and this feels like past life. It feels reincarnation, where this point of valor, something was dropped because of gaslighting, and it feels like you're closing the door on that. This is something where you're more mindful and present in what you're doing and how you're doing, how you're coming forward. And then beloved, radical acceptance of self first. This is what sets the heart ablaze, and this is what allows closure for something past. We're going to see what's going forward. Going forward now. The Grail Knight coming through again. We saw, look. Okay, going forward. Sorry, I got distracted there. The farther great bold step forward. It's like you had to have this close first before you could go through here. It's like you've traveled very, very far. You know when they used to send knights on bigger than quests, they'd send them to a foreign country and they would have them be doing different things. It's not quite a crusade, but it would be like on a mission. It would be like on a task. This is what it is, and it feels like somebody that got a little bit lost on their task in the last time round has now closed that gate, and now they're closed this door. Now ready for this gate to open something new. The radical acceptance coming through. Let's see what else is coming through on this. Wild. There's disruption. This is giving me the 5 and 5, and this is disruption. 5s are tricky little bastards. You get the 4s and everything's so solid. Think like 4 table legs. Solid, structurally great. You get a 5th and it makes everything crazy. There's a disruption, a necessary disruption. It's happened twice. It's happened twice. This time you have the strength to move forward and through it from a new approach, a totally new approach. The Wheel of Fortune. Fate has woven something new. Back to Avalon we go. Holy cow. Fate has woven something new. This is the lessons of the spider. You're going to feel something gentle on the web. You're going to feel something gentle in the web that is your own fate, with everything that you've done. It's in the field. You will feel it. You'll feel the vibrations there. It's why you want the sigils. It's why if you were going to do protective sigils or whatever, it's why you want the sigils. 5 is your birth number. Yeah, it's important. This is a year where there's a little bit of disruption and a shift that needs to be there, and you need to feel it. You need to feel the gentle energies. Is there anything else she needs to know? Let the shadow one that's like Nell, let the shadow one come through. Let it come through with laughter. Understand, like, when you get knocked on your ass, or like, you go to sit down and you miss the chair, or you do something that's so goofy, or you trip on something, you have to laugh because you've done something kind of clumsy or something like this. Let that kind of gentleness in the attitude be there. It's not that if you make a mistake and you fall, it's fatal. It's, okay, all right, try again. That kind of energy. That feels complete. Is this closed? Yeah, we're complete now. We're complete. That's what we've got. I'm not sure what everything is, but 12/12/80 is the anniversary of when your husband and you first started going. I'm getting something. I don't know if it's going out, going together. It's not letting me see everything there. Hang on. I'm trying to get it. Going steady. Gotcha. Gotcha. There might be something where like when you get the 5 on one side and the 5 on the other, disruption and disruption, but completion of a 10 when they're combined. That's an interesting thing to note that and pay attention. Honor the portal. Do something that is really honoring and sacred to you. And I don't know what this is about, but and I would look up Ken Edwards. I would look up Ken for this. His book is totally worth it. Like I burned through that in like a day and a half. It was great. And it's a good one. So yeah, that's what I've got. That feels super, super complete. I don't know what it's all about, but you'll know as time unfolds and time unfolds. You should be working with like the runes through the whole years. It's not just the sigils. It is the runes. You should be doing both. So that's what's came through. That's wild. All right, let me move this over here for now. But that's what came through. All right. Something about 12/12/80. You were 11 months old. Steph saying she was 12 back then. Yeah, that's what's come through. All right. Is the list complete, Kim? You love how I read, Melissa. Thanks. Thanks. I have learned that I follow the nudge and get out of the way. And that means ego out of the way, or even being able to make sense of it out of the way. 80, you have the runes and you've been working with them. Excellent. Good. Okay. Well, if the list is clear, then I think I'm going to go check my mailbox, grab some lunch, and see what's going on. If you've got more questions, then you can ask some questions right now. Not reading questions, just general tarot questions if you want to ask, whatever. But otherwise, we'll just see what's going on. You love this lady. I love you too, Steph. I love you too. Oh my goodness. Yeah, this has been an interesting day. Super, super interesting. Hey, Michelle. Jimmy John's for lunch? I think not. My boyfriend Jimmy John is the next town over. Damn it. But maybe I'll go to, they have an A&W here. Maybe I'll go there and get like a root beer float and I don't know, maybe a Swiss mushroom burger or some kind of goofy thing like that. That sounds kind of good. So that's what I'm thinking about today. I can't get the chicken yet to read the bones yet because Phil's not home and I'm not going to eat a whole chicken by myself. Come on. I mean, yeah, I could, but I don't think I want to. Especially not like a roasted chicken. So it's like, all right, we'll see. We'll see what happens on that. Good grief. But that's what I got going on. Okay. All right, guys. I think I'm going to let you go and we'll call it a show for today. I'll probably be on this weekend. I'm not sure which time. I don't know if it will be Saturday or what. Friday or Saturday. I don't know. I'll put an announcement before I come on. But that's what I've got. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Big love to you all. Thank you. I love doing this. Have a happy day and let yourself be encouraged. Be in good mood. Lift your spirit up. Things are getting better and this retrograde will be done soon. All right. Bye, guys.